Welcome to Breaking Down Mental Health with Dr. Jones. In these educational videos, Dr. Jones will discuss mental health diagnosis, clinical supervision, using technology in counseling, multiculturalism, and many other topics to help you get a healthy understanding of why mental health is important. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you enjoy these videos.
Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're tackling, a really core issue in clinical supervision. How do we help our supervisees grow into independent, confident practitioners?
Absolutely. It's something Dr. Jones focuses on a lot, this idea of fostering autonomy.
And it's central, isn't it? We're not aiming to have them rely on us forever.
Exactly. The real goal, as Dr. Jones sees it, is equipping them. Giving them the skills, sure, but also that self-assurance they need to handle things on their own.
Building their own toolkit, essentially.
Precisely. A toolkit for their whole career, not just for while they're in supervision with you.
And Dr. Jones has this interesting take, focusing on the supervisor adopting a consultant role. Can you unpack that a bit?
Yeah, it's a conscious shift. So instead of always being the teacher, the one with all the answers, you step back slightly. You become more of a collaborator. It's about actively encouraging them to, think for themselves, make their own calls.
Which sounds a lot like fostering that autonomy we mentioned.
It does. And interestingly, Dr. Jones links this consultant idea quite strongly to Bernard's discrimination model. He has his own interpretation, of course, but he uses that framework.
Okay, so how does the consultant role within that model work to build independence?
Well, in that consultant mode, you're deliberately creating space for the supervisee. Space for them to try out their skills, use their judgment.
So they take the initiative more.
Right. They're pushed gently to lead the decision-making, but crucially, they know the supervisor's still there as a safety net if needed.
It reminds me of that metaphor Dr. Jones uses, teaching someone to ride a bike.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
At first, you're right there, holding on tight, providing stability.
Real support, yeah.
But the real learning, the moment they get it, is when you start letting go, maybe running alongside for a bit.
Ready to catch them, maybe? But letting them find their own balance, steer their own way.
Exactly. That's the shift to consultant, isn't it? Still present, still supportive, but empowering them to manage it themselves.
And Dr. Jones is clear. This doesn't mean being hands-off or, just checking out.
No, it's active.
Very active, but in a different way. He talks a lot about strategic questioning.
Instead of just giving the answer.
Right. You pose questions that make them think. Things like, what's your gut feeling on how to approach this? Or maybe, how does this situation connect back to that theory we discussed last week?
And those questions, Dr. Jones suggests, they do more than just guide the immediate situation. They build something deeper.
Definitely. They build the supervisee's trust in their own clinical instincts. It's helping them to develop that internal compass, the one they'll rely on long after supervision ends.
It's that long-term view.
It has to be. And Dr. Jones emphasizes this journey to independence isn't like a straight path.
No, it rarely is.
It's gradual. Sometimes 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You move from more structured direction early on towards this collaborative consulting relationship as they show they're ready.
And it's different for everyone, right? Each supervisee finds their own pace.
Absolutely. It has to be tailored. Which brings up another analogy Dr. Jones uses sometimes.
One.
Parenting.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah. There are times you absolutely need to step in, provide clear guidance, especially at the start. That's like the hands-on bike support.
But good parenting also involves knowing when to step back.
Exactly. Knowing when to let them try things, explore, even make small mistakes, because that's often where the best learning happens.
It's about judging their developmental stage, isn't it? Calibrating the support.
Perfectly put. And the payoff for this approach, Dr. Jones argues, is that the learning becomes much more internalized.
It sticks better because they figured it out themselves.
Pretty much. They're not just like memorizing steps or following orders. They're actively building their own analytical skills, their own problem-solving muscles.
So looking through Dr. Jones's lens, the supervisor's job is really about managing this handover of responsibility over time.
Yeah, orchestrating it, you might say. Building that trust in the supervisee's abilities.
And using judgment about when a question is better than an answer.
Precisely. It's about creating an environment where they feel safe enough to try, to learn from everything, the wins and the wobbles.
And ultimately build that solid confidence for independent, reflective practice.
That's the core of it.
So As we wrap up this deep dive into Dr. Jones's thinking, it really hammers home that fostering independence isn't just part of supervision.
It's kind of the whole point, really.
Yeah. Empowering them to, well, as Dr. Jones might put it, to learn to fly.
Which leads us nicely into a couple of reflection points for you, the listener.
Okay, let's hear them.
First one, thinking about your own supervision practice. How are you actively fostering autonomy right now? And, maybe more pointedly, are there places you could consciously step back just a little bit more?
That's a good challenge. And the second one?
Second, try to recall a specific time when a supervisee genuinely surprised you with their insight, or maybe a decision they made.
You.
What did that moment tell you about their readiness to, fly?
Really makes you think about those moments. Valuable reflections.
Definitely valuable. It's all part of helping the professionals we guide not just learn the ropes, but truly gain the confidence to soar on their own.